Hey, g'day guys, Sam here from Trade to Prosper. Today is Monday, the 1st of May 2023. I'm going to do a number of videos today, starting with Arbitrum because it's one of those ones I'm interested in, and Aptos is another, and a few more alts, and they'll come in separately on YouTube, and I'll give my reasons, give you a bit of a background to my thinking to the chart, and also why I think it's going to do what it's going to do. And that will come from formations, Elliott wave counts, and Fibonacci, etc. If you watch my videos in the past, you know I go into technical details and I use a number of ways to explain the story, and moving averages is one of them as well. But this is a short chart, short history, so Arbitrum with moving averages is not going to really help us out. But let's begin anyway. So if you look at the Elliott wave count, we had an accumulation of some sort when we found this bottom range when it first came out, and we played that right and came up to a certain point with a wave 5 count, as you can see. And if you know some strategy, that's a triangle, that's wave 3 to 4, and then wave 5 didn't really do much more. Not like Aptos, which had a much more stronger move, and we'll look at that. It's basically the timing that's pretty much causing this. So we had our neckline, topping structure. Um, it's not one of those traditional Wyckoff distributions. It's on a small time frame, and you can see that was our head that poked out. And like Bitcoin in the past, it did the same. So this setup is a swing failure structure, and if you were wise, you were shorted it. But it's very difficult to do that, especially when you think it could potentially go up. The off season hasn't arrived, guys. No matter what they say, it's still a long way to go for the alt season. So you better be careful as to when you buy alts. And I'm looking for further downs for alts. And I'll look at the alt chart and I'll explain why I've done that in the past, especially with Bitcoin. And I think I did it with Matic recently. So this price structure is explained. And if we made this assumption that this is my 6.68 or even let's see how we go. 618. You can see how it aligns with the 1.272, and that's all it did. It didn't really go higher. And you might say, okay, the trend line broke, and then you get all these Fibonacci fan structure type of thing. As you can see how I'm demonstrating it. And so it's going to come back down. But is it going to come back down all the way down here? I think it might hit the 1.414. So basically, the previous highs, it does tend to do this on a lot of charts. That range becomes support. Is it going to do it now? Don't know. But I do feel like this level, I think it still could come down to this level where this one wave was there, and potentially, and then go back into that could be our selling climax, maybe even potentially down there. Could be a selling climax, more than you expect. But what you notice is if we were to do this, and many charts do it, from the top to the bottom, it's not actually that much. So I thought it would be more than that, 35%. Okay. So it's, in many cases, it does drop 76%. So if we were to do 76% from the top, you never know, but it can potentially come all the way down here. We can do a Fibonacci. Let's see how we go there. That's all we got. Maybe the 618. Maybe it could drop down to 82 cents. Yep. But for that to happen, we got to expect some real pullback on Bitcoin, I think. And we're not that far from it before Bitcoin does a nice pullback. But anyway, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. The bullish perspective here is that this is our range. That's our top. and this could potentially be our bottom. Yep, that could potentially be our bottom. I do think this is going to drop. However, there might be one more fake out from here, back up, and then back down. So we've got to keep an eye on this. I don't think it's going to do it, but it might. And you remember Bitcoin, it had something like a formation of some sort where it did fake out to the hot top and then back down again for a major move. Let me just pick it out where I'm trying to say. So if we were to pick Bitcoin on the daily, would probably be better. This structure here, you see that? It's actually an extended structure. So we had this move here, and it's not as it's not as prevalent as the cycle, but you can see how it kept dropping. So this one is a major structure, and it can drop further. So if we align that with this, I do feel like that's an area of interest, but it can also, if I was to put my Fibonacci on that, doesn't make okay. It does make a difference. It's further down, so it can go further down to that level. Here, it probably makes sense. Just pause it while the airplane flies over. So you can see our volume point of control is right there on the previous top. So I do feel like that is a good spot to buy. However, and that could be our new accumulation zone. All right. If it stays above that'll be a restriction. Um, it's likely to be in this range that we. I don't think Arbitrum is going to be anytime bullish anytime soon. I think it will do that type of thing. That's one positive scenario. The other one is further down, and that's a selling climax, and then back up, and then we have this range again, and we'll see a wake of accumulation. So there is a few scenarios where there's a drop, a deeper sell-off. Here we have very interesting to see that the 0.302 is roughly there as well. So that is a model I'm looking at. I am bearish. That is all A, B, and a C. How far is C? Well, that is a thing. If we assume C, if that's our B, if that's all it's going to do, then we just do the swing. And the 618 is there as well. So here's 618 and a volume of control. So yeah, I still feel like that's a good zone. Yep, from there, and we have a good bounce. So looking to average in. And now let's look at total market cap just to align with it. So this chart is total market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you can see that I said to our group and the videos in the past that we can't go bullish until we break this trend line, this macro trend line that has a number of reference points, and you can see how that is resistance. So this is our Wyckoff accumulation. So I think this is a rising triangle, and I think it's going to come down lower, maybe even touch this bottom support, even go further down before we go up. So the alts are going to get knocked about. That's why I'm not bullish at alts. I'm not touching the alts unless I can trade them, but I'm pretty much taking it easy at the moment. Bitcoin didn't give us anything of yet. We had SP 500 pretty much bounce off this moving average level and the Fibonacci, and I think it's going to come back down. It could be really worse, could come down a lot, and therefore we should have expected Bitcoin to go higher, but you can see it might be just doing this way 3 to 4, might come down more. I just feel like that's the range, and the important range, that level is very important, that it needs to hold on the daily. If it goes any further down, then it might do a double bottom right here. Actually, it might just come down to here. So we have A, B, could be double bottom. Not sure, but that it could be a lower high, and we have Bitcoin in a range. I think maybe that's the range there. and we have that crap, and then it goes up. So we're going to be here for a while. I don't think we're going to move this. If that's a 3 and 4, it makes sense that we're in a range from a micro perspective, and then we continue on. And then our 5 is somewhere around here. It's not going to be much more. And if that's our bottom, that's our top. That's the bullish scenario. One of scenarios, that's wave 5, short term. Or we move this to our 0.618 level or the 0.5. We're not sure what it's going to be. I think 0.618 is more likely. And then we have our wave 5 around here, which is about 34 to 35. Now, if this is our 0.5 fib level, like that, then that makes sense that we're going to go higher and we get to the 37, 38K. But that's yet to be seen. I'm still bullish macro-wise, unless we break this level. Guys, if we break this level, then we got the it doesn't fit the head and shoulders, sorry. It doesn't, because this one's gone higher. That's why I ruled that out. Before I had it on the cards, but now it's not. If that was low, that would have been head and shoulders. So Bitcoin is still bullish, and the alt market is not going to really do well. If we look at the last bit, if I can drag it out, let me just pause this for a sec. So Bitcoin dominance chart is here, and you can see on the weekly how bullish it went, and in my opinion it's still likely to go up. Might get a retest, but that's the level. We've got a few levels, but Bitcoin dominance is going to continue to go up. Also going to get trashed. So it does make sense that here we're potentially likely to drop more to a number of levels here. So that's what I got for Arbitrum. Arbitrum is to continue to come down. I don't think this is going to happen. I think it's just going to keep dropping. And anyway, final short entry now is probably missed. That was a good entry there, and you can see how three taps there. That was the last tap, and then down. So I wasn't paying attention, missed the trade, and anyway, I'm still accumulating. I did sell a bit. Now I'm just looking to buy more. So the whole goal is with the alts. The whole goal is to accumulate what you bought. If you got cash left over, wait for further downs. Yep, and then averaging or trading. That's all I got for you guys. So please give me a like and share. Talk to you soon. Cheers.